This is our 383 going into Doorthy. My buddy John Jones gave it to us, gave it to me, and then I donated it to the car. Anyway, it's a low deck 383. We know it's a low deck because it doesn't have a machine pad here. All the race decks had that. We'll go off the date. The casting date is April 67. This is kind of a cool feature. It's got these tapped holes at these bosses. Some C-bodies utilize that. I guess it would attach from here and use the front ears, but not utilize the back ear. I think it was too tight for the manifolds. They also use that for A-bodies like a Barracuda Formula S or Dart GTS. It's had some machine work, 40 over. When I took the engine apart, the cam, or I shouldn't say I took it apart, I just pulled the cam out of it. It had some flat lobes, so we know that's what went wrong with it. It's a little bit of a mystery motor. My buddy, he got it from a mutual friend who bought a car, this was in it, and then he didn't want the motor, so he gave it to John, and then John gave it to me, and then I donated it to the club. But you can also see that it's been decked because all the stampings are gone. Should say 383 here, and then have the code for the year. This is something I never knew. I never really messed with the earlier blocks. Normally you have like a machine pad here on 68 and later blocks, and it'll have the VIN number stamped there. But this obviously has no machine pad and no VIN. And then I had a 440 that was the same way, and I was asking about it online, and my buddy Mike Coffey said that the early 68 blocks had their VINs stamped right here on the back of the block, right where the transmission bell housing attaches to the back of the block. So when I looked there, that 440 did have VIN number stamped there. And he also said that 67s and older didn't have any VINs. So there's no such thing as numbers matching for 67 and older. So anyway, we're gonna build this thing up. I mean, it's got some issues. Mainly this is chipped here, so I think we're gonna get it to seal though. I think there's enough meat there that we don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna get a bottom tap for this, 3/8/16 tap, so that I can get as much thread as possible, so that when we tighten it down, we can keep it from leaking. We'll use a lot of silicone too. Anyway, that's the 383. And here's our Belvedere 66. It's got a poly 318 in it. Runs and drives, cool cruiser. We're gonna at some point put that 383 in this car and go to town with it, have some fun. Yeah, see the cuts? Tells me it was balanced. You can see the cuts on the rods too. So those are all balanced. This motor's balanced. It's a real good sign. Alright, using some red line assembly lube, put the camshaft in. This is my poor man's cam handle. So, put this guy in here. And to gingerly get it through. I need to put the phone down. There we go. And voila, camshaft is in. So these are the lifters that go with the cam that Robert gave us for the car. Luckily he labeled them, so this side's the front passenger and this side's the driver. So pretty simple.